What's up, gang? Brad Bodnerchuk here, your host on the Brad Bodnerchuk podcast. That makes the most sense, right? Welcome to a brand new episode. I encourage you guys, if you're listening to this podcast on an audio platform, first and foremost, thank you so much for tuning in. But I also encourage you to head over to YouTube where you can watch all of these podcasts. You can watch me speak into the mic where, hey, if that intrigues you, check it out. Head over to YouTube and in the search bar, just punch in Brad Bodnerchuk. I wanted to hop on today, guys, and talk about something that is extremely powerful and extremely important, but even myself, I don't do it often enough. But when I do it, oh my gosh, does it make me feel in control? And oh my gosh, do I actually see the results? And the statement that isn't new to any of us, or perhaps it is, but isn't new to me, and I hear it all the time, but is one that it is the one part of me that really motivated me to come on today and talk about this topic. And the statement was, as within is without. And obviously I'm paraphrasing it a bit, and it's probably more eloquently put by other people. But basically what is being said in that sentence is whatever is inside of you is represented outside of you. And what that means in a really layman explanation is whatever you're thinking, whatever you're feeling, whatever you're desiring, wherever your focus is, that is what will show up for you, pardon me. And we have to understand, I say have to, we don't have to do anything. I encourage you to understand how important and how powerful that actually is. So looking at something like relationships or like your body or your bank account, things that I think for a lot of us make us feel a certain way. And depending on where we are at with those things, we have certain emotions attached to those things. But here's the first thing to understand before we even get into the emotional response to things that are external. We have to understand, I don't know why I say have to so much. We should understand how powerful what we believe on the inside is, and how the simple practice of something like I am statements, not a statement like, oh, when I, or I will. It literally is a statement like, I am wealthy, I am healthy, I am happy, I am strong, I am able, I am capable, all of these things. When we sit there and through a practice like meditation or manifestation, or even sitting still, and not only saying these things, but believing these things, through repetition, you will start to see it become your reality. And I'm going to give you a quick story that was my reality just yesterday. So I've taken on a bit of extra work outside of the house with a new client, and it's extremely busy, and I love it, and it's super fun, and it's fulfilling, and it's all of those things. But yesterday, I was up against it in regards to my timeline. I wanted to get certain things done for my client, but I also wanted to be able to get home to facilitate some freedom or the ability for Lindsay to go and do something for herself. So I was really, really, really pushing myself to get something done. And I realized at a certain moment that it wasn't going to happen. I wasn't going to be able to get everything I wanted to get done, which was okay, but I wasn't going to be able to get it done and then facilitate what I was hoping to facilitate for Lindsay. So what I desired inside of me was the ability to, one, get all of my work done, and then two, facilitate the ability for Lindsay to do what she wanted to do for herself. So internally, I desired something. I wanted a reality to show up, but I was up against it in the moment that I realized it really wasn't going to pan out for me. But guess what happened next? Literally everything around me conspired for it to be my reality. So I'm up against it. I realize I'm not going to be able to get everything done. And guess what happens? The ability for everything else to fall into place universally starts happening. So I'm able to keep my head down and keep working and not even have to worry about getting anywhere else and facilitating what I was hoping to facilitate for Lindsay, because guess what? Universally, it was already being taken care of. So I wanted something so badly inside of me to be a reality that it actually happened. Now you can sit there and say, that just sounds airy fairy and it doesn't sound possible. And what are you talking about? That's impossible. That's completely fine. You can feel that way and believe that, and that's all good. But for me, what I took from that moment yesterday was, oh my gosh, this is so powerful. As within, as without, we are literally mirrors. What we are wanting for and wishing for and desiring on the inside becomes our reality externally. So be very careful of what you are saying and what you are believing internally, because it will be replicated in the reality that you experience, whether it is your relationship, whether it is things like your bank account or your career or your body. All of those things. Be very conscious and be very aware of how you speak about certain things. And even myself, I'll be completely candid with you guys and very vulnerable and say there's certain things that there are very few things, but there's certain things in my life where I will say, oh, when this happens, then I will. I'm taking all of the power away from myself, and I'm putting all of the power into the external. So something has to happen. What I'm telling the universe and what I'm telling myself is something has to happen externally for me to feel a certain way or for me to do a certain thing. And I encourage you all to just squash that from your vocabulary, because if that is the case, we will consistently be experiencing lack and always be searching for something, as opposed to saying, I am that, or I have that, or I'm going to do that. So say, for example, you want to get a massage, but you don't think it's really responsible financially. So you say to yourself, when I make more money, or when I get that sale, or when I get a new client, I'll get a massage. So what you're doing is you're taking away all the power from yourself, and you're letting the external world, which really isn't fully in your control, dictate what your actions will be, and therefore probably your emotions as well. And that's something that I catch myself doing. Not often, but often enough that it's a thing where I will be placing value on external things and allowing for the external world to dictate how I feel internally. But I understand categorically that I get to decide what everything means. And the moment you say, that's not true, that's like, I can't do that, then you are playing the victim to everything that's going on around you. So there's so much complexity, but it's also actually very, very easy to all of this. Is one, don't allow for anything external to make you feel any certain way. You have to understand that when something happens and you react to it, that is your choice. That is your response. You are responding to something. It's your choice. So whether it's good or bad is up to you. And you are in control and you get to decide. But also understand that you also have the ability to create whatever reality you want to create. You have the ability through your internal thoughts, your internal dialogue, through the vision that you have for your reality to create whatever reality you want. So what does that mean? It means everything you're experiencing right now is because of you. Whether that's good or bad, that's really irrelevant. But if it's your business that's successful or it's failing, it's your relationship that's successful or it's failing, or your body has more fat than muscle, or your whatever it is, or your relationship with your kids is, you have to understand that you are in control. And if you aren't, if you say, "Oh, it's not my fault," then how will you fix it? How will it change? If it's not within your power, if it isn't your quote unquote fault, then when will it change? Does something externally have to happen outside of you to create that change? Or do you believe fundamentally that you have the power to change your reality? And do you believe that you have the power to give whatever meaning or emotion that you do, that you want, that you determine to anything that happens externally around you. I challenge you guys over the next few days, be very aware of when things are happening around you or to you. Be very aware of what is your knee-jerk or trigger reaction, if you will, emotion that you attach to it. And really ask yourself, is this appropriate? Is this what I want to be attaching to this? Do I actually feel this way about this thing? Does this actually make me angry? And try, for example, if something generally makes you angry, try right away to find a way to make that thing, that action, make you feel happy or appreciative or grateful. And watch what you can do. The reality you experience that will completely change, and you will understand that you have control over it all. You have control over everything. And as I say that, it is a constant reminder to me that I am literally the creator of everything that I experience. And if that is the case, then I am bound by nothing. I am limitless. And I want to, and I am spending more time on ingraining that within me. And I'm spending more time on ingraining that with my clients as well, helping them understand. And this isn't about, again, airy-fairy stuff, and this is just philosophy. This has actually been proven now, and there's books written about it, and there's studies on it, and it just is a matter of fact, is that the thoughts that we have, the conversations that we have, the beliefs that we have internally change our body on a cellular level, and then two, our reality. So I challenge you guys, be hyper aware of what's going on around you over the next few days and see how you're reacting to it, and see if you can take ownership and grab the responsibility for the emotions and reactions that you have, and don't allow for the external world and external things, whether they're good as you see them, pardon me, or bad, make you feel any certain way. You decide. So remember, whatever you have within you will show up outside of you. We are literally mirrors experiencing everything in our world that we have already set in motion internally. I appreciate you guys. And while I'm at it, I want to mention, please, if you haven't already, head to the website, bradbondarchuk.com, and grab yourself a Life the Recipe daily journal. Those are shipping as soon as we possibly can get them out. I'll be honest, the printing process during these times is a bit challenging. So all of you that have ordered a book, that are patiently waiting, I appreciate it. They are on their way as soon as they possibly can be. But grab a book. And then also Life the Recipe, the mini program, is available. You guys can sign up for that through my website as well under the shop. I appreciate you guys. You know what to do. Until next time, be good and do good. Peace.